Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. I am Priyanshi welcoming you all again on behalf of Solar Water and Fershi Group to the second day of Indonesia Solar Week 2022. Hope you had a good time in networking with your peers today. We'll have those networking sessions at the end of the sessions. We'll be playing our sponsor video of our platinum partners Goodwe and Trina Solar. Thank you, team, for playing the video. Now it's time to start with our conference, but before that, I take the pleasure to thank our presenting partners, Goodwe and Trina Solar, for extending their immense support to organize this event. Now, the time has come to begin our session on future technology advancements in rooftop solar, focus on energy output, and then we'll have our prestigious award ceremony. To discuss this, we have with us Mr. John Ray Castro from Beva Ari, who is the session chair for today, Mr. Fajr from Syntec Energy and Control, Ms. Ratna Munawati from Total Solar DG, Mr. Weber Sahu from Sun Energy, Mr. Miroslav Dijakovi from Cleantech Solar, Mr. Edwin from Zuria Daya Indonesia, and Ms. Elva Wang from Tina Solar Asia Pacific. So the session is led by John Ray sir. So requesting all the panelists, welcoming everybody on the screen and requesting John Ray sir to lead the session and take it ahead.
Thank you, Priyanshi, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Junray Castro. I am the Director of Trade Business in Baiwa RE in Southeast Asia. I'm glad to be part of this event. And again, thank you so much to the sponsors, Trina Solar and Goodwe, for making this event happen. Indonesia is a key market which over the past few months, we've heard a lot of movement in Indonesia and a lot of eyes in Indonesia at the moment in terms of renewable energy. So it's very timely to have this event to talk a little bit about technology. What is the future in technology? What is the view and how this would help Indonesia move forward with the policies and the targets they have set. To start with, I'll maybe go around in a quick introduction from the different panelists, maybe a quick background of yourself, your company, what you're doing, and maybe a short, brief view of what you think Indonesia would be in the next 2 years in terms of rooftop solar. I'll start with Fajar, if that's possible.
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Quick introduction, Fajar, about what you're doing, your business, and maybe a short view of what do you think Indonesia would be in the next 2 years in terms of rooftop solar.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, can you hear me, Journey?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So nice to meet you all. My name is Fajar. I'm from Syntec Energy and Control. We are a consultant and also EPC firm that mainly deals with solar PV, battery, and automation in Indonesia. I think for introduction, I think the rooftop solar is going to be very good in Indonesia for the next few years. I think the opportunity here is massive, and we have seen strong growth also from the perspective of our company in terms of this rooftop solar. And I think in the future, other than rooftop solar, the great market will be residential, and also the hybridization of PV battery and diesel genset for microgrids for remote islands, because we have like 2,000 islands with people living there. Mainly small islands, but we have also medium-sized islands where the consumption per island is like 5 megawatts, 10 megawatts. It is still impossible to build a coal-fired power plant over there, so the choice is obviously solar PV. So I guess that is it for my introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Fajar. And then maybe I move to Ms. Ratna.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody here, and thank you, Johnny, for the time to introduce myself and company. So yes, I am Ratna. I am from Total Energies. Maybe everybody know about Total. We were we were known as a oil and gas company in the past, but in fact, actually, we already stepping in the renewable business for energy for quite some long time now. And in fact, 2021 is also the breakthrough year for us because we declare ourselves as energy companies. I mean, showing, inventing ourselves. So we change from Total become Total Energies. So yes, we have kind of the top tier developer today in the world with around 10 gigawatt only for renewable. So we focus only for renewable power plants. Uh, and we aim for even 100 gigawatt in 2035. So we are really keen to develop solar, wind, even biogas, biomethane, hydro, anything. But for worldwide, I mean outside of France, because we are coming from France, we are focusing in the solar and wind. Even the 10 gigawatt which I mentioned earlier, 7 is coming from solar. 7 gigawatt in the world. So Asia and Indonesia market in specific is really interesting. You see that the development in the recent year 2018 so till now is very fast, and we are happy to become the player, one of the player here. So we are happy along working together with you of you guys. So and in Asia, although I'm coming from the industrial and commercial sector, sector or distributed generated. So we have a sister company focusing in the utility, but I myself working for the DG. So in the DG distribution sector, generation sector itself, we already developing around 100 megawatt in Asia. So it's Southeast Asia. Only for rooftop, you can imagine, no, 100 megawatt on the rooftop. And in Indonesia, yes, we are still working on it. We already have, I think, around 30 megawatt already as of now. So we are happy to work together in Indonesia. In whatever situation, we believe that Indonesia will become the favorite market and everybody will love solar.
Thank you, Ratna. And looks like Total is very busy, and Indonesia seems to be even keeping you busy. I'll move to Mr. Vaibhav, if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine. Castro, how are you? And are you in Bangkok or are you located in Jakarta?
No, I'm actually in Manila at the moment.
Okay.
Indonesia is a key market which we have focused in Baiwa as well. We have quite a bit of activity down there, and we're assembling quite a bit of people with the current move in terms of renewable in Indonesia. So that's very interesting for us.
Yeah, I think Daniel is still there in Baiwa.
Yes, he's in
Okay.
Bangkok. Moment.
Yeah. Please convey my regards to him. He knows me personally, and
Will
I
do.
hope whenever I visit, whenever I visit, I would like to meet him. Anyway,
For
so
sure.
myself, Sahu, I'm working with Sun Energy here in Jakarta, Indonesia. And as Ratna rightly mentioned, it's very interesting time in Indonesia, especially for rooftop. Now, rooftop is typically covered like 75% of that rooftop market comes from C&I sector, not mainly from residential. And year on year growth in this market is like something between 30 to 40%. Maybe last year because of COVID, it did slowed down. So yes, all in all, I think we all can agree that a lot of new projects are coming in Indonesia. Recently, I met a company called Imbi Plumbon, and then there are many other textile companies in Indonesia which are targeting, all these. They want to convert these old factories with the rooftops, 2 megawatt, 5 megawatt. Some projects which we are doing in Indonesia are going up to 15 megawatts. So from Sun Energy, I can say like this year we are targeting to accomplish at least 100 megawatt of rooftop projects, which includes, sorry, let me correct myself. It's a 70 megawatt plus 30 megawatt of ground mounted.
Mhm.
And already Sun is operating a asset of in Indonesia of approximately 50 megawatt now. We have around 35 different assets working all around Indonesia.
Mhm.
So yes, Sun Energy is trying its best to help the other companies to achieve their net zero targets and REC 100. So RE100, sorry. So yes, I think I think it's a similar kind of time which Vietnam has seen few years back. So there is kind of a rush, and a lot of new projects are coming up every day. The sales team is busy, and operation team is trying to catch up with them. So that's from my side.
Sounds good, Sahu, and looks like again another busy year for you, and even more
Yes,
busy.
for sure. For sure. I think not only for me, I think it's for everyone who is operating in Indonesia market, huh? For
Like,
everyone. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Sahu. I'll move to Miroslav. You're in mute.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, organizer Solar Quarter, for inviting me. So I'm Miroslav Djakovic. I'm with Cleantech Solar. So Cleantech Solar is a regional solar developer focused on CNI only. So we are present in Southeast Asia and in India, where we are one of the leading solar rooftop developers, if not the leading one. With over 600 megawatts signed and operational. We majority is in India, which is a different ballgame, but as well in Southeast Asia, we are very, very active. In Indonesia, we are present since mid 2020. We actually incorporated in the middle, at the start kind of pandemic, with help of backup payment government. So currently, we do have signed close to 30 megawatt even in this short period. We do have one which should be our flagship project, almost 12 megawatt single site in Karawang. So how do I see this market? Well, I've been in this industry for last 10 years. And I know BayWa very well. I know Daniel Thor and as well all other colleagues here. We all have big hopes every year and saying next year will be breakthrough. Next year. So last year there were some moments. Of course, it's huge difference between 2020 and 2021. We hope 2022 will be the year. I don't think so we'll achieve anything close to Vietnam, just because Vietnam there was a feed-in tariff and it was just totally different. But we don't need incentives. We don't need feed-in tariffs to actually have a gigawatt a year in Indonesia. So the regulation is becoming more and more supportive. We have the latest 2021 ESDM regulation, which additionally improves commercials of the rooftop solar. Of course, I think CNI will be leading, but residential should as well be a big part of it. We just need a bit more of understanding and cooperation from some stakeholders in this, I would say, like PLN, for example. So, but yes, I can see in next 2 years that not just double or triple, but we could probably go tenfold and install capacity.
Thank you, Meryl. And I think that's something that we could touch as well later on. How does technology, what do we need in terms of its policies and support to even further boost the interest and what we see as growing market in Indonesia. With that, I'll move to Pak Edwin.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Just want to make sure that my voice is clear.
Okay. It seems like there's a static noise. Right? Not sure if it's just me.
Second. Can you try that? Test 1, 2, 3. Is that better?
No.
Oh, give me a second.
Johnny, so by the time Edwin sir is fixing on his network problem, you can proceed with other speakers.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Pak Edwin, can you hear us? Can you try it again one more time?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but your voice is something.
Let me try to sign in using a different device.
Sure. Yeah.
You can move on to the next one first.
All right. Yeah. While we're Thank you, Pak Edwin. Let's wait for Pak Edwin later on. Allow him to make the presentation later on. We go to last but not the least, but very important, one of our sponsors, Miss Elva Wong.
Hi, Junrei.
Hi, Elva.
Hi, long time no see, only online.
Yeah, we chat, but not on the video. Maybe a quick introduction. I don't think Trina needs any introduction because everybody knows Trina. Quick introduction about yourself and what's your view about Indonesia in the next 2 years?
I think majority people know Trina. Maybe it's like we are panels supplier, but actually, what we gonna promote in Indonesia not only our panel as well as our tracker, but of course that's for the utility project, not the CNI. So we also have big plan for the tracker system in Indonesia. Yeah. So for panel, I think yes, we don't really need to introduce more. But I would like to highlight that because Indonesia have the new policy for the SNI certificate. So actually, it's very good for BayWa, especially for you. Yeah. So we are also waiting for you to join the Indonesia distribution market. Yeah. So for us, we already got the full series from the 450 until 660 watts for all the SNI certificate application. So we are also willing to share our test report to specific partners. Yeah, so you guys still can buy from us directly to reduce the certain cost. Yeah. I think for the Indonesian market, it's quite promising, which is very shocked, like what I explained yesterday. Because I think everybody waited for Indonesian market for many years, but this year seems quite promising. So even like just now, the Sun Energy also introduced only for them 1 year. This year their target is 70 megawatt for CNI. So we predict that the whole market CNI maybe around the 300 to 400 megawatt. Yeah, so that's quite interesting and also very exciting. Yeah.
Thank you, Elva. And yeah, I think Indonesia is something very interesting for everybody, and also it's timely because with the upgrades and the change in technology, right, from the modules, it's just time. We've been waiting for Indonesia for a long time, but it's not too early, not too late. It's just on the right time. With that, maybe I'll go to the next question and talk a little bit about the certification, the local requirements. We see a lot of potential in Indonesia, and there are also a lot of local certification, local requirements. Maybe I go around and ask, what's your view in terms of how does this help the industry as a whole, or do you see this more of a challenge moving forward for the industry to grow? Maybe Kun Ratna, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah. The certification, you mean like SNI, Standard National Indonesian?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, what to say? Yeah. Trina is here, so I'm
It's a
worried
bit
that
tricky question.
my answer is wrong.
Bit tricky question.
Yeah.
No, because that's good. Of course, government's intention is to protect the customer. Okay, that's a good thing that Indonesia have the standard. At least it's kind of setting up the minimum requirement for the solar panel, or I think it's solar panel. I don't know if they are going to step into other equipments. Used in Indonesia should be at minimum quality. Okay. But for it's really helping for, I think, for residential when they really pay attention on it, and for small industry. And however, but I think the developer sitting here, I think really understood well about the standard and quality. Like most of us, I do believe we are using only tier ones. So it's a kind of, to be honest, extra work for us because you have to ensure that what you bought has to have a SNI. But yes, it's always the beginning is of course like struggle,
Okay.
but this year should be okay. I think this year should be okay. More and more panel I saw that already have the certified, so it's kind of the standard minimum. So yeah, as long as the government not really be stringent in implementation, still giving us time to adopt, then it should be fine. Still manageable.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Quality is very important, of course,
Yeah.
because a small accident or event happens, the entire industry is also
Yes.
impacted.
Sure.
Um, yeah. Sahu, I think you have some inputs in this as well.
Sure. So more or less, I will agree with Ratna and the other speakers. It has to be looked as Ratna mentioned that the minimum quality to be maintained is the responsibility of the government, so that the interest of smaller parties, distributors, and the end users are saved. For sure, that's the main role of government to ensure the person who is standing in the last of the line is safeguarded. But at the same time, we need to ensure that we are also progressing towards our net zero target, and
Mhm.
how soon or how late are we going to achieve it. So I will say yes, definitely it should be implemented. It's already under process, but government should ensure that it is done speedily, and like they should also help the developer so that the projects are not getting delayed. Like
Mhm.
for example, if I am having a project of let's say 30 megawatt or 40 megawatt, I want to use a panel of 645 or 650, maybe bifacial, but that SNI is going to take at least 3-4 months. So again, the whole schedule is getting delayed because of the SNI process. So it will be really helpful if government can expedite the process. I've seen a similar kind of process of VPI certification in Taiwan. It's also a very rigorous process, but they have all the standards, all the rules, regulations are already in black and white. So a person who is applying for that certification knows from day one when he's going to get the certification. So I think if that kind of system can be implemented in Indonesia, it will really give us a better understanding of how soon or how at what time we can expect the SNI certification. I think if that is incorporated, I think SNI is most welcome. We all here to raise the bar to give us the best product to our customer, to the best services to the customer.
Yeah. As to any requirements, of course, there's a lot of confusion in the beginning, but the principle and the purpose behind it is really to protect the industry. And as we move along, maybe it improves. But Miro, has this certification been of an issue, or has it helped at all in terms of the projects at your side?
No, it's not been an issue. We actually we are importer as well based on our line of business. So we got certification that with including Trina, but with few other manufacturers, which they have importers and distributors in Indonesia. We kind of as well applied for the license to be able to import by ourselves based on the new SNI regulations. So it took us maybe few months just because it was new, back and forth with few documents, mostly between us and manufacturers and local importers. And we managed to secure these import licenses for models. Of course, they were only limited. I mean, there was like Sahu mentioned, you only get, for example, for a 540, 545. So you can't go to. I mean, but we anyway. For now, we're using those. This is for us is just good enough. So, like, for example, so 182 millimeters, which are, for example, available because they are not went through SNI process any others. So maybe for future, I mean, unless we want to go by ourselves, and then it will take us longer. But we find that this now convenient for us, because we are not main importer and we are not distributors, so we just use it for our
Understood.
projects. Yes. So I think it's if you ask me, it's okay. It's fine.
Thank you, Miro. Edwin, Pak Edwin is back. So to give the same chance as the rest, maybe a quick introduction, Pak Edwin, of yourself before I go to Elva.
Really apologize for like the voice. Hopefully, it's better right now.
Much better.
Thank you so much. So it's nice to see all of you guys. My name's Edwin, and I am the director of Suryodaya Indonesia. Surya is also another developer in Indonesia. We are probably like one of the first to offer like a lease in Indonesia, like a rooftop solar CNI. We focus mainly on like a CNI rooftop solar, and like we do see like a CNI as like the sector like to hit if we want to like help like Indonesia to grow like a renewable energy, especially like a solar energy. So we do see ourselves as a catalyst for like a solar industry in Indonesia. We provide like a one-stop solution for like our clients, and like we do work with like suppliers and like EPCs like Syntec and like many others to build like a strong solar ecosystem for all of us here. I hope like that's enough for a short introduction.
That's very much appreciated, Pak Edwin. And again, welcome. Glad to have you as part of the panelists.
Thank you.
Elva, there's a lot of changes in terms of module technology. As you know, I always say this, the first ever module I installed as an installer before was 180 watts. And now we're talking about 640, 645, right? It's very exponential to my age, I would say. So with the SNI certifications and the changes in the technology, how is manufacturers keeping up with the technology changes and local certification to make sure that customers in Indonesia gets the best technology, you know, the best available technology to, of course, bring benefit in terms of LCOE and the projects that they have?
Yes, because for China we use the 210 technology. So the difference, like except the 540 or 545, 550, this kind of normal models for CNI. So actually, like in other countries like Thailand, Philippines, Pakistan, other Southeast Asia, actually they already started using 600 watt, even on the bigger CNI project. Because once they calculate the LCOE, it really can help them to save the POS. So because for other countries, because they don't have like a specific certificate, so we can just send there at any time. But for Indonesia, I think we can only start to ship there. I think our first batch will only be in Q2, April. Yeah, because yeah, like what just now everybody said, SNI it really takes a bit long time. I think for us, testing also around 4 months, and it's a bit hard for us to chase. But anyway, the result is good because initially I think everybody tried to figure out how to test, and you know it's only one lab to test all the panel suppliers. Samples. I can imagine the workloading. So which it really requires a supplier like us, of course, like China. We needed to prepare earlier. This is our, I mean, it's also our service, one of our service to clients. So we prepare very early. So firstly, we finish our 450 because we still believe 500 watt plus is not really suitable for residential project. Still 450 for now is good. So that's why we still apply 450, and then we also got the 550 at the same time. Then after another 2 months, then we get another like 650 watt. For now, I think Indonesia clients can really start enjoying this new technology. So it won't be really different from other markets. So this is what China we can do for this market. Of course, we also plan maybe to do the N-type. Yeah, but just now I also discussed with TUV Indonesia because it seems the lead time for the testing will become longer because we cannot even using our IEC test report. So of course, maybe it takes longer, maybe 6 months. So for sure, for now, we need to really apply the N-type because when we calculate the LCOE, we still cannot. We don't think it really makes sense. But when the time is good, we will also prepare maybe half year or 1 year earlier to prepare this new technology, and also then we can also contribute to Indonesian market.
Thank you, Elva. And yeah, definitely, I think the intention behind it, the certification, is also very clear to ensure that the suppliers coming into Indonesia are good suppliers who are able to pass this testing, and Trina is one of them. So that kind of brings a good sense of the reliability, and also the products coming in Indonesia are of good quality. Of course, as the market, especially the rooftop, is growing, and Indonesia is still trying to catch up, right? To learn, the education of the customer is very important as well. There are a lot of changes in terms of technology. As Elva mentioned, the module power classes is increasing, the voltage ratings are increasing, the inverter technology are changing. Um, in terms of installation as an EPC, right? Do you see any challenge with the technology changing, and how does the local installer adapt to this? What may be the challenges that you see? Maybe I'll show this to Miro, if that's okay.
I mean, yeah. So we can see, as you mentioned, constant change of technology from capacity of models and inverters to efficiency. As you mentioned, when I started in solar 10 years ago, we were doing 200 kilowatt, 200 watt peak models, 220, 240. So now we are at over 600 watt peak, and as well inverters. So we are talking about close to 200 kilowatt per one inverter. So we can see constant improvement in terms of technology, which is positive. But as well, the price is not increasing but decreasing, even though due to several issues, the price of models went up again last year significantly, but it was significantly down compared to 5 or 10 years ago. So I believe this is good for EPC companies. This is good for customers, for at the end the users, for developers. I think this is actually positive development for everyone. I don't think so that maybe if like we as developers, when we're discussing long-term contracts with the customers, 15, 20 years, and then they ask, well, what if technology changes? What if in 10 years we can get something new, and which will double our production generation, on the same square meters, and what we do then? So there is always, the clause in the contract, which we can cover there. This is kind of some of the concerns of most of our clients, but for EPC companies, I think it's a good thing. So technology is improving, they're becoming more efficient, and the cost is not increasing, but mostly decreasing.
Mm-hmm. Ratna, on your side, this technology changes, how does it benefit in terms of the negotiations, in terms of the pipelines that you have moving forward?
Okay, this technology changing automatically will bring us the benefit in terms of the efficiency. So yeah, it's a key for us because a better technology or panel will give us better efficiency and better output. So the again has been mentioned by others, also by Miro as well, that, and by Alpha as well, that the SNI or the permit, the license has to will. I mean, we are kind of the behind of the others countries, no. But again, I mean, that's Indonesia. So I'm Indonesian, so I have been stay along here. So yeah, we have to follow. But again, we are Total Energy is always trying to adopt the new technology. I mean, the new technology one is available because we aim for the better performance, better output, because we are maintaining the system for 20-25 years now. We are actually we are gaining, we are having the income from that. So it's that's really really welcome, and we are keen to grab it as soon as it is available.
Mhm. Thank you, Ratna.
Mhm.
Pak Fajar, looking at the technology changes as well, what do you feel would even propel Indonesia to move ahead in terms of rooftop solar? Do you see a specific technology that you think would even help the market grow moving forward?
Well, I think it's the same with the others. Well, higher efficiency modules is very important. So if the modules that we can install in 1 square meter is bigger in terms of watt peak, then it will increase our production and also reducing the balance of systems cost per watt peak, which means more and more savings.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also need to check the inverters because yes, the modules are very fast in developing. So like in 1 year now, I think every year it increased like 100 watts or something per modules with the same size. But then the voltage and the currents are also increasing, and the inverter is not keeping up. That is what I feel right now because most of the inverters we can use when the modules is like 400 and 450 watt peak.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is not very efficient if used on the 660.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what the industry community should do is like they need to match the inverter and the PV module also. So the PV module cannot also keep on increasing the voltage and the currents without seeing the available inverter. And also, second is I think software will have big impact on this. I mean now these days several inverters and also monitoring systems can actually pinpoint you to the strings and even modules which have problems.
Mm-hmm.
So these things are very important in the future because we cannot always see the modules. We cannot always go to the site and check one by one. So we need to, especially when the plant is huge. 5 megawatts of roof is not easily traversed. You need 1 or 2 days to inspect everything if done manually. So if these kinds of software becoming more and more accurate, then it will help us in maintaining the performance of the system. I don't know. I think maybe Pa Edwin also have many things to say about these softwares and asset management.
Yeah. Thank you, Pak Fajar. Edwin, I've heard you're an expert on this matter, so we'd love to get your inputs on the technology matching, I guess, with different technology changes from different suppliers. What's your view on this?
I think like about Fajar has already, like I said, like at the bulk of the things. I do share the same opinion with him about matching the inverter and the module technology. In fact, like we spent like some time talking about, debating whether we should use like a 600 at that time, like a 600 watt, like a module, because the output current is higher than like the specified like a nominal current that's accepted by the inverter. And then I had to like talk with the inverter manufacturer just to make sure that like it doesn't have like a profound impact on the performance. So definitely, like I do really like to see like the improvement in like a module efficiency, and like we do see like a lot of like improvement in that, like from the 335 all to 450 to like a 600 watt modules. They have like contribute to like a higher PR. But then like if the inverters don't really keep up with like that improvement, that will be that kind of like a shooting like our own foot. That's definitely true. Another thing, like from the technological side, that like I would like to point out is again smart inverters and like a firmware stability. Like Fajar said, like digitally enabled assets like will like enable us to do like a remote monitoring. It's becomes like a really important. So now software stability and like communication protocols, like adherence to like a sunspec, for example, is very important like for inverters. It's not just a hardware anymore. And I think like lastly, you asked like, is there anything that can be improved? I think like to one of the participants. I think like on the soft side of things, so not really on the technology, especially on the inverter side, it will be really appreciated if we get like a little bit more like after sales support from like inverters like OEMs. I'll give you like two big examples. One is if there's a manual in the Indonesian language, that would be a huge help. I mean, modules are just modules, right? I mean, they are so passive. You don't even need to like do anything. You just like plug in the DC connector and that's done. With inverters, you have like quite a few more like things to like pay attention to, and like that has to be communicated like very clearly to like the EPCs, the local EPCs, and most of them like don't really read English. So if there's a manual in Indonesian language, that would be really great. And of course, like a strong representative like office like in Indonesia who can help like train like the EPCs if there's a new model, for example, if there's an update in the firmware, someone who can help us debug like if there's a problem on site, that will be like greatly like appreciated. I think like if we can have like those two, it will really help like propel like the whole sector. It is a sector that like a way to boom anyways.
Thank you, Pak Edwin, and that's really true. I think for any new markets, the support coming from suppliers to educate and make sure that the installers, the EPC knows the technology and to help them in terms of training. Sahu, maybe on the EPC perspective, do you see the same thing as well? The training, the support required to make sure that the market is ready to adopt on the technology?
So there are two, thanks for asking me. There are two aspects to it. The first aspect is our EPC contractor or subcontractors are ready to take up the new technology. And when it comes to the subcontractor, it's mainly on the erection side of it. When it comes to the developer, it is more on the technology side of it, how much we would like to invest in the technology. As one of my colleague mentioned regarding the string level monitoring. I have worked on few projects which actually use string level monitoring recently in 2019. Yes, it's actually something which gives you an insight, pinpointing you where the system is running low, which module up to the module level. But apart from the project in Taiwan, I have not seen those kind of string level monitoring in other projects because it drives your LCOE a little bit on a higher side, and that upsets the investors and everyone basically. So yes, I think the cost of these technology has to become more competitive. So we can use it more frequently. We can increase the performance of the plant by using such and reduce the downtime. Coming back to the EPC portion of that, now the module sizes are increasing as you rightly mentioned, but the weight is not increasing. The dimensions are not increasing. Efficiency is increasing, but also on a very it's inching. Not I will not use the word increasing. It's inching towards up towards north. So all in all, I think still whatever experience they have, they can still manage with that. Yes, we need more representatives from like Trina and other inverter manufacturers to support the local team. especially at the time of commissioning and in the initial, what you call in English as a toothing problem.
Mhm.
So in the initial first 2 years, also the warranty clauses, sometimes the warranty clauses also plays a very important role, especially in inverter. Typically, like as a developer, we would like to have like everything packed up in 5 years. But again, some certain times the warranty clauses are so jumbled up that either you gain something or you lose everything. So that needs to be looked into. And I think that's all from my side right now. I think that covers up everything from my perspective.
Mhm. Thank you, Saho. And of course, the warranties are a key part in terms of LCOE as well, and also the security of the end customer. Do you see any demand coming from the customers, Nero, in terms of better warranties, or what kind of performance security are they looking in Indonesia at the moment?
So I can say people are looking for absolute guarantee of net production in a year. So they are not very much interested in how much PR you can achieve, whether it's 80%, 85%. They are mainly interested in what is the minimum guaranteed value which you can assure them year on year. So for example, in first year you are assuring them, let's say 40 gigawatt hour, something like that. So I think the inclination is towards that side rather
Mhm.
than on the PR. Plus, again, the availability is covered when someone is asking me an absolute guarantee of how much units of production.
Mhm.
What they do, what I think there is still some gap in understanding, because we are operating in a solar business where there is no absolute guarantee. It's always like maximum you can promise is P99. You cannot go P100. So yes, there is still some gap between the developer and the end customer, which we need to bridge. And the gap increases when you go from CNI to the residential customers, because they are looking for some kind of a solution. But again, it very much depends on the investment front, how much you are ready to invest in that. The one
Mhm.
recent problem which I was discussing just prior to starting of this conference was what happens if I don't have a energy export meter, but
Mhm.
my customer is requesting me to switch on the system because it's already installed and waiting from last 2 months to be
Mhm.
switched on. So there are certain issues how the inverter manufacturers can help us in managing the load, how they can still manage it without being connected to PLN. So
Mhm.
these issues I think needs to be addressed in order to speed up the full process of boosting the renewable sector in Indonesia.
Mhm. Thank you, Saho. Do you want to add on that, Nero, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yes, as Saku mentioned, most of what the customer are interested is guaranteed energy. So we do have our projections, and of course, the customers would like to see the minimum guarantee what we can offer them, and then if you do not achieve that, then we pay them penalties. But as well, some of the clients, some not, they have some kind of minimum of the equipment we must use, and I would say most of them, even we invest, and it's in our best interest to have the best quality equipment for our best performance without any often breaking. They still kind of demand to have like tier one models, the minimum efficiency inverters. So they are quite, more, I would say 50, 60%, maybe more, 70%. They are kind of want to see and learn what kind of equipment we are using. So we cannot just, and it's as our reputation is as well here in line. So we do not use just no name. We work with our EPCs. We have whitelisted brands,
Mhm.
and our EPC only can choose between the few brands we offer them. We of course we procure models and inverters by self, but everything else
Mhm.
has been submitted to our EPC partners. Uh, And I mean, what Sahu mentioned, like the not being able to get two-way meters for net metering once when you construct because of whatever reason. I mean, simple solution is you just no export device. So this is how we can bypass that problem. We don't because years back there was no net metering. A few years back there was no net metering for CNI. So that was the solution was no export device. So that's still is.
Yeah. Before I touch base on the energy storage, which I think kind of aligned with this as well, and there seems to be a lot of interest and demand coming from Indonesia. We talk a little bit about PR and guarantees. Elva, on the warranty side, the module.
Sorry to disturb. I think maybe before you go for another session, maybe I can help to reply. See, just now Mr. Fajar asked about the inverter issue. So because it's just related to the panel and inverter, and actually this webinar also sponsored by Trina and Ogui. It's good that we also have the inverter supply here. So maybe I can just reply this question. I think you know, for even no matter for the warranty issue or the inverter compatibility issue, because majority because Indonesia market is still like a baby for last year, so maybe this year can be better. So even for the warranty issue, I think every EPC investor or the end user can get a better service, because I'm sure starting from this year, every well-known brand will have local representative there, so you can get the local service, including the pre-sales service, middle sales service, as well as after-sales service. So your warranty can be more guaranteed. This is the first thing. And for the inverter, actually, you know, for the panel, actually from the whole system, you always will see panel is the pioneer to change the technology. I still remember during 2015, all the systems still 1,000 voltage, but it's also the panel supplier. We proposed 1,500 voltage to reduce the BOS for the solar farm. At that time, I think inverter also around a half year late than panel technology, because only when panel, no matter one supplier or several supplier, we propose a new idea, and we think we can mass production. Of course, during our design period, the R&D side, we will always discuss with the pioneer inverter suppliers. But anyway, panel needed to release first, then inverter will follow up. So during that time, always we'll have 6 months to 1 year gap. That's also the reason, like last year, Trina, we also put lots of the R&D resources, marketing resources, so even software design, not only for panel only. Like yesterday, during our presentation, we also show lots of software. Like if you log in Trina official website, you can see we can show you how you can find the compatible inverter, no matter what brand you use. From the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, you all can see. So for, let's say, like for the but inverter issue, actually for now, for the low voltage, high voltage, high current, it's not an issue anymore. Let's say when we talk about for the solar farm, low voltage can at least help you to save 1 cent BOS, no matter which country, because Southeast Asia's installation cost is much lower than other countries. So your BOS saving may be only around 1 cent. But let's say for the inverter, I think we also promoting their 250 kilowatt with a high current. So per for the MPT per input around 20 the current, and someone also do 30. So like we can see like a well-known brand like Huawei inverter you are distributing. Huawei, we work with them for last year, April. We already have project work with them using their 215 kilowatt. Sungrow, I think they also start taking order, including like a TBEA, Change, Signal, or even like Solis, GoWin. So all the brands are already equipped by the high current inverter for the solar farm. But of course, when we mention the the CNI, previous, even when we released the 500 watt 50, they also cannot do, no matter it's the Trina or other 182, because previous the inverter, every importer is only 11 or 13. Even they cannot compatible with the high over 550. But now they all upgraded to 15. So this is their current stage. Now, of course, for us, our current is still 18, so you cannot connect two imports in one MPP, but you still can try one MPP. You just connect one import. Yeah, so this one, I can say we still managed to do it and didn't really increase the cost and under the safety and also saving the BOS. So we can also make it. And I'm sure we are also talking with tracker company because panel become bigger. So the panels, the tracker reliability also needed to be really confirmed. So this is what we are doing for last year, talking with inverter supplier, multi-structure supplier. Even in the future, we will do more. Maybe we also predict, maybe not far, the voltage will not only 1,500 voltage. Maybe it will go for 2,000 voltage. So if we need to upgrade to 2,000 voltage to further reduce the LCOE, we may need to talk with our grid connect. So this one, I think these are all the whole solar industry, what we are doing now. Not only we are panel supplier. Actually, the whole solar industry, we are trying to make sure the LCOE can be low and low. But you can always see panel supplier can be the pioneer. But not later than half a year, you will see anyway the supplier, no matter which inverter supplier, they will really catch up. So I think Indonesia, because we every supplier didn't really do lots of the training, of course, also due to the pandemic. So we didn't really do lots of training for Indonesia. So maybe most EPC or investor not yet get updated. So this is also what training we were doing for this year. We will put more marketing resources and the training resources to Indonesian market. So that is also what we hope Indonesia can use the latest technology. Yeah.
Thank you, Elva, and that's very clear. Well said. There always needs to be a technology mover, right? I remember clearly as well when in the beginning when it was 600 volts in terms of string, and we proposed a 600 volt, and everybody was scared about it. So there's a change, and I think it's good that the manufacturers, specifically like Trina, is taking lead on that innovation, and also the other manufacturers would follow through. And talking a little bit about the innovation side, energy storage is key development, which we see in other markets. How do you see the future of energy storage in Indonesia? Maybe I move to Edwin to get perspective on the technology side for energy storage.
Yeah, I think energy storage in Indonesia, if we just use it for the most traditional way, like a load shifting, I think it's a little bit hard at this point, simply just because the price for the per kilowatt hour is not low enough if we compare it with the PLN price.
Mm-hmm.
It's a totally different game, however, if you're talking about, say, energy storage in off-grid settings,
Mm-hmm.
where we have to compete with a diesel, for example, and or a really high logistical cost. That will be a slightly different way to look at it. Another way is if we say if we use it for something that's a non-traditional, for example, a combination of a power quality and a little bit of storage, some things like that. I do think that unless a price of battery doesn't go lower than say 150 USD per kilowatt hour, I don't think it will take off with with the current market. There are some interesting battery technology that a promise to give something that's lower than that. I think it just needs to be proven. Redox flow has been there for quite some time. Price hasn't really gone down low. There has been a huge a reduction in a lithium ion battery pricing, but it seems it doesn't go that much lower or at least as fast as say 2 or 3 years ago. Besides, I would argue the lithium ion is not really they really focus on like the mobility of the storage system. So it's not really pinpoint or like a targeting like the utility market, although it is probably like the most versatile of them all. I do see like some other technology that's being built, probably like the what do you call that? The liquid metal, for example, that may be interesting. Probably like a few years like ahead of us. There are like some new like technology about like an iron like a lattice that is also like quite interesting. But then again, I think like it just remains to be proven at this point.
Thank you, Pak Edwin. Ratna, do you see demand coming from the customers now asking for energy storage on the CNI side, or?
Okay. Cause demand. I think there is a funny story when we talk with Miro during chat this afternoon. PLN demanding us to install the battery. But yes, from commercial point of view, like Edwin said, the energy storage still challenging for installations in the industry and commercial. But yes, our customer of course always ask. So I think everybody looking for that. They are keen to utilize the solar power uh, in the, I mean, to be as to be able to consume it as maximum as possible. So that's I think their intention, which is good. So, but unfortunately, at this moment, because of we are still have to competing with the, I mean, on the book, the customer always comparing what kind of the benefit in commercially as well if they are using the solar power. So it's still challenging, and the only in hybrid is a good opportunity. In fact, we haven't been able to bring the storage in Indonesia, but we just have the success story in Cambodia for industry, for Kulara Water, on which we install the storage with the solar power and combined with the diesel. So it's reduced the electricity cost from the diesel a lot, and it's very nice. It's very nice picture and it's very good story to share. So in Indonesia, still we are keen to look for maybe in the future, hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you, Ratna.
Yeah.
Miro, in inputs in terms of energy storage, is it ready? Is the price or the technology ready to be integrated in Indonesia? What do you think?
I mean, the technology as technology is ready, of course, but feasibility of technology is not there yet. As Ratna and Edwin mentioned, that just the cost doesn't justify it. The PLN price is too low, and we do have some of our clients, companies we are discussing, talking about batteries. Sometimes they're under impression that we will use batteries and they will have 24/7 supply from solar and batteries. But then we explain and they understand. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, there's some research done by Bloomberg saying that batteries in Indonesia will become feasible and will take off in 2030. So yes, I mean, for CNI, I do not see it unless we have some kind of off-site factories or factories somewhere in the area where they don't have a constant supply. They have blackouts. We had back in the discussion with some of the malls, which are in Kalimantan, and they have everyday blackout. Then, in that case, 4 hours running diesel every day might make sense to add battery. But just like in the area where is actually we have a PLN without any disturbance, then it doesn't make sense at the moment. So maybe it will take some time until the cost of the battery drops.
Thank you, Miro. Is it the same thing on the residential side, Fajar? Because you mentioned about residential segment earlier on.
So actually, the thing that Ratna said about saving electricity cost, diesel cost using PV and battery, we already did it. So actually, I think from everyone who is in here, I think I'm the only one who do off-grid. So we have been doing off-grid with batteries since 2015. And yes, actually in Indonesia, the market for battery is huge for off-grid. So we have been doing at least 1 MWh, 2 MWh every year for the remote areas, like for PLN and for industry and for hotels and villas. We have been doing that a lot, and I think right now, for if we compare it with the current, tariff in Java, where the electricity cost is low, then it is still not feasible. But in the islands, yes, it is now getting much cheaper than diesel gensets. So it's not for residential, although some of our residential clients also install battery, but I think they are the guys who doesn't think about return, LCOE, I mean. But the real deal is on the islands. So I think I think maybe you already know that Indonesia, PLN, they have the plan to electrify, 2,000 islands with batteries, I think, and PV and battery. I think the program is going to be rolled out soon. We already did the pilot projects. We already did 2 of them. So in this case, in the noon, we are using PV and battery from 9 a.m. to maybe 6 p.m. And then after that, they just use the diesel again. And this actually reduced the electricity cost a lot for PLN. So I think this will be the best application right now. And that is the spot where battery can do many things in Indonesia. Although in this kind of project, the PV will not be on the roof. It is usually on PV farm, because I think in those places we cannot find roof that is that large. So yeah, I think right now for Indonesia, the market for battery is for the off-grid and the hybrid sites.
Do you see the same demand in terms of installation for off-grid and hybrid, Sahu, on your pipeline?
Okay, it's a bit tricky question. Huh? So I will agree with the first statement made by Miro that the technology, in terms of technology, it's absolutely ready in many parts of this world. In fact, in Philippines, there are like 2 megawatt, 5 megawatt systems working off the grid. And but Indonesia, I think it will not pick up on CNI. It will pick up on the mobility sector. Rather than CNI, I think CNI, not many customers are keen on that. Plus, that kind of requirement and that kind of rate fluctuations in the date and the demand rates of PLN is not actually helping or motivating the customer to go for battery system, BESS. But on the mobility sector, I think there is because the delta is increasing, the fuel price or the petrol diesel price are increasing, and the prices of the batteries are going down. So maybe in next 2 to 3 years, the delta will be so large that people will actually start jumping, especially on the 2-wheelers for e-vehicles. That will trigger up a kind of a battery energy storage system for the charging stations. So I see it in that terms, not with respect to CNI applications or big applications where you can have like 2 megawatts, 3 megawatts. Again, as Fajar mentioned, yes, there are many islands, and actually it's good to have the electrifications done on these islands by using the battery. But I don't know how much support is there from the government side. Financially, it is feasible, but I think for such kind of rural electrification program, there has to be huge support from the government in order to motivate such programs and take this technology up to the last mile. So yes, there is potential, but I think there is lot needs to be done before it reaches to the masses. For mobility, yes, I think I can see that in next 2 to 3 years that the battery system will be used for the battery charging stations in the city.
Thank you, Sahu. Yeah, I think with limited time we have, because I know Priyanshi as well has some other agenda, I'll maybe hand the floor to Elva for any last word. We're very thankful for your sponsorship on this event, Elva. In terms of Indonesia, what do you feel is needed for, there's a lot of discussion, a lot of talks. Is Indonesia the next Vietnam in 2022 for us?
Yeah, I think so.
No one is next Vietnam.
Elva, do you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for having me as a moderator in this discussion. It's very interesting. We have very limited time. I think there's tons of topics that is we haven't covered yet, but hopefully we can have this again next time and have a more longer discussion. With that, I'll hand it over to Priyanshi.
Thank you so much, sir. I would just like to inform you we have 2 questions from our audience. If any of the panelists can take it up, can I show it on the stage?
Yes, please go ahead, Priyanshi. Happy to answer the question. Yeah, tracker. So this might be for Elva.
Maybe I think because this one, I think maybe the sun energy can help us to reply, because actually it mainly depends on the developer. The issue is for now the Indonesian market, there's not so many solar farm. Of course, we can hear a lot. I also receive many inquiries that they have like 600 megawatt, right? And we also know Indonesia has quite a big gigawatt pipeline. But the issue is, my concern is when they will really implement, So this is a big question. So for the tracker system, I think as long as it's not a floating project and as long as a ground project, the tracker system can always be used. Yes, it will need a bit more land, but especially, every people now is complaining panel price increase a lot, and how can they do the project? So actually using the tracker can also be one of the solutions, because you can reduce your DC capacity. And the tracker now is not really so expensive like previous, and it's not so bulky. It's a very smart control. Even for your O&M, maybe it can also help you to solve something. So, but for me, I'm not sure how big is the capacity in Indonesia now. Because even for the utility project, I didn't really see the confirmed project gonna really do the official tender. Of course, except the sun energy is at 30 megawatt. Yeah, maybe we can ask them. Maybe they can try the tracker to be the first project in Indonesia.
Okay, let me reply to that. So yes, as Alva mentioned, that yes, tracker technology has improved a lot. 5 years back, it was so bulky, and the O&M was so painful that no one was interested in trackers. But now again, as I said, the technology has improved so much. X and Y movements have developed so much that to give a perspective, like you can have a 40 or let's say 30% improved performance of a plant with a bifacial plus tracker system. Plus, if you put a gravel on the ground, you can actually have something like 30% gain by using the tracker system. So yes, all in all, I can say, but there is a limitation in tracker system, which is with respect to the wind speed. So for example, if I want to use the tracker system in Philippines, I cannot, because tracker system cannot sustain for hurricanes and any wind speed for more than, let's say, 150, 180 miles. But in Indonesia, if my wind speed is only like say 30 meters per second or something like that, tracker system can very much be used here because the wind system supports it. Again, it comes to the investment part of it, that how much the investor is willing to see and the LCOE of it. But technically speaking, technology has improved and it is very much applicable. People are using it in Middle East. There are thousands and thousands gigawatt of projects in Middle East with the tracker system. So yes, I am all in for the tracker system for sure.
Maybe next time we also can be the sponsor and just only introduce our tracker instead of our panel. And I think in the middle of March, we also have exhibition in Jakarta. I mean, if the government still allow this kind
Sure.
of bigger event happen. So actually, we also plan to ship our demos there, but due to the pandemic, we not really can control it. But we will share lots of topics about tracker also. So if anyone is interested, I also can visit our booth. So we will also give the detailed clarification on the tracker system. Yeah, it's very interesting. So I think Indonesia really should try this one. It's a very smart control and very smart. Yeah.
Yeah, totally
Thank
agree
you
on
so
that.
much, Elva ma'am and Sahu sir, for answering the question. We have one more question, and then we can wrap up with the session.
Let me read the question just so everybody knows it. So all panelists, how do you see the future of flow battery or redox flow battery in Indonesia? ELN starts to talk about this. Thanks. Who might wanna take this question?
So maybe I have actually I have some experience regarding the vanadium redox flow. Actually, in Indonesia, we tried. We actually at that time the Ministry of Technology we had a project and we tried to install that, and it was working. Although at that time, because it is like 10 years ago, it is still uh, not very attractive for solar because the response is slow.
Mhm.
The power response is slow compared to the kilowatt hour of energy. Yes, the material might be cheap, but the response at that time is very slow. But again, right now, maybe the technology is improved, but because we didn't see as much implementation for redox flow as a grid battery or a renewable energy battery in the world compared to lithium ion. So if we want to go that way, maybe we need some pilot projects to to make sure that the technology is feasible to use with solar PV.
Thank you, the Pak Fajar. I think that's quite clear.
So with this, we come to end of the panel discussion. Thank you very much, all our esteemed panelists, for this wonderful session, and a very special thanks to John De Sir for superbly managing the session and making the session informative and interesting at the same time. So with this, we have come to an end of the conference, but show is not over yet. We still have our awards ceremony, so stay tuned. We'll be back soon with our Indonesia Solar Week Awards. Till then, bye from my end and handing it over to Geeta. Thank you so much, everyone, for their special presence, and all the thanks to my all dear panelists.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you very much.
you.
See
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
So we are live. Team, are we ready to roll? Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Geeta, and a very, very warm welcome to our Gala Award ceremony of Indonesia Solar Week Awards 2022. I'm sure you all might have enjoyed the wonderful knowledge sharing session by our very esteemed speakers today. So it is time to sit back and relax and celebrate the achievements of your industry peers today. As we know, Indonesia's solar industry is taking a huge step towards curbing the carbon footprints, and our stage is all set to honor these very deserving companies and individuals of Indonesia who have contributed towards this green initiative. So, dear audience, since you all cannot come on the screen and clap for them, you can definitely go ahead and pour your congratulatory notes in the chat box. And we have this beautiful emojis. So just keep it rolling. We need to see all those emojis coming for encouraging our winners for the great work that they have done. Thank you so much. And amidst this positive note by all of you, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, a visionary, a clean energy specialist, and a legend who has contributed highly to the development of renewable energy in Indonesia. Please welcome Ms. Andrea Febe Mesna, Director, Various New and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, Republic of Indonesia. Ma'am, the screen is all yours.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to Solar Quarter for having me to deliver speech today in Indonesia Solar Week Leadership Award 2022. I really appreciate this award, where all aspects of solar energy business are highly appreciated, from the management, project which include all scale on-grid and off-grid, technology and innovation, until the leadership. This award hopefully can encourage all business entities to do the best in implementing solar energy in Indonesia, as well as to stimulate creativeness of the people to be more innovative in the future. So it is indeed a great honor to me to be part of this prestigious event. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, accelerating the transition to sustainable energy in Indonesia need to take into account the need of our country. Indonesia has enormous renewable energy potential, which reaches 3,000 gigawatt, which solar is the biggest renewable energy potential and for the solar itself, we have the potential around 3,200 gigawatt. We must maximize the local potential to ensure renewable energy development is in line with economic condition and future challenges. In addition, we must also consider market competitiveness, ability to pay, and growing local industry for job creation in the clean energy sectors. As we all might already know, that the government of Indonesia has set the target of 23% new and renewable energy in the primary energy mix by 2025. Currently, renewable energy utilization reached 11.7%, or about 11.8 gigawatt renewable energy power plant. Hydropower still contribute the biggest part of this achievement, followed by geothermal and bioenergy. However, despite having big potential, solar energy still doesn't contribute much. As an effort to achieve the target and fulfillment of Indonesian NDC commitment in 2030, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources has endorsed the Green General Plan of Electricity Supply, or we call it REUPTL, 2021 to 2030. Through this plan, we will allocate the additional of 50.6% or around 2,000.9 gigawatt renewable energy power plant by 2030, which will be dominated by hydropower for 9.27 gigawatt and solar PV for 4.68 gigawatt. As the implementation of the Green REPTL, PLN has announced renewable energy project offer for 2021-2022 with a total capacity around 1.2 gigawatt. The procurement is planned to be carried out in the first and second semester of 2022. More ambitious, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources has been developing a roadmap to net zero emission, which is targeted in 2060 or sooner. This roadmap aligns with the 23% new renewable energy target by 2025, NDC target by 2030, and expand the target use of renewable energy along with the retirement of coal-fired power plant. By 2060, 100% of our electricity use will come entirely from renewable energy, which is largely from solar power. For achieving carbon neutral in 2060, after 2030, there will be no additional coal-fired power plant unless contracted or under construction. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, from those two government planning documents, it is obvious that the government focused on the solar energy development to accelerate renewable energy implementation and energy transition toward the net zero emission. The policy considers huge potential of solar PV that we have, and the price of solar PV become more competitive in last decade, as well as the period of construction is relatively shorter than other technology. There are three programs of solar PV that the government tries to carry on. The first one is rooftop solar PV. The second one is large-scale solar PV, and the last one is floating solar PV. We targeted around 3.6 gigawatt of rooftop solar PV in 2025, and large-scale solar PV targeted in 2030 around 4.68 gigawatt. And we also have the potential of floating solar PV around 26.65 gigawatt spread in 2070 location. Currently, the government is focusing to developing floating solar PV in the existing hydropower plant in 28 locations. So many opportunity on that. In order to accelerate the implementation of rooftop solar PV in Indonesia, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources has stipulated a revision of solar PV rooftop regulation through the Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources number 26 year 2021. In this regulation, there are several changes that can improve the investment climate for PV mini grid, including increasing the export provision of kilowatt hour of electricity from 65% to 100%, and shorter period of solar PV rooftop permit application. Regulation also expand, which is not only for PLN customers, but also include non-PLN customer, an opportunity for carbon trading from solar PV rooftop. Furthermore, the government has sent a roadmap for rooftop solar PV, namely 450 megawatt in 2022, 900 megawatt in 2023, 1,800 megawatt in 2024, and 3.6 gigawatt until 2025. The rooftop solar PV program is not only to increase the achievement of renewable energy, but also to attract public investment such as household, industrial, social, and business. As of December 2021, rooftop solar PV implementation has reached a total capacity of 48.8 megawatt peak, with a total of 4,700 customers throughout Indonesia. We realize that there are some challenges in the development of solar energy in Indonesia that require cooperation from all parties to find the best solution. Among others are The capability of the domestic solar PV industry is only at the solar module assembly stage. It impacts the high price of domestic solar panel, which is 30 until 45% more expensive than imported solar module. The second one is some equipment is still imported, such as the inverter. The third one is domestic production capacity is still limited. It's unable to support a large-scale project domestically. However, we already have a huge target for the future. And the last one is energy storage technology is still expensive that makes solar PV unable to be used as a generator that can operate for 24 hours. Several efforts that have been and are being made by the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources to address the existing challenges are creating solar PV market by increasing the capacity development in policy and planning, improve the quality of domestically produced solar module through mandatory of national standard, and together with the Ministry of Industry to facilitate the local content policy between developers and the domestic solar PV industry. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome and support Solar Quarter initiative in organizing Indonesia Solar Week 2022. Through this event, I do believe that this is our moment to open any opportunity to deeply explore solar energy potential, market potential, and also effective step in dealing with the challenges in creating a conducive investment climate. Finally, I would like to congratulate the organizer on successfully conducting this event. Congratulations for all awardees for your achievement. I hope from this event, we also can harvest some new innovation in solar PV business. Thank you. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was very, very, very insightful remarks about the Indonesia solar industry and looking towards a great growth. Ma'am, I'm sure it must be a very good takeaway for our audience today, hearing great insights from you. You have been such an inspiration, ma'am, in the industry, and your contribution towards the development of renewable energy sector in Indonesia is highly appreciated. It will be our honor for us. It will be an honor for us to felicitate you with a recognition for your outstanding work in the field. Kindly accept the token of this appreciation and recognition. Team, can we have the certificate, please? Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Kindly accept this recognition from our end for your great work and great inspiration to the industry.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing our ceremony today and encouraging our winners. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, dear audience, now the countdown has begun. And let us start the ceremony with our first award, and that is Business Excellence Awards. Can we have the category, please? Well, that's Business Excellence Awards, and the category is Solar Company of the Year Developer National. So before I announce the winner, let me give you a small gist about the winning company. It is a leading solar project developer in Indonesia, experienced in providing integrated solutions from conception to construction, including project siting and permitting, financing, market development, and solar leasing. They are the first and only Indonesia solar developer who operate solar projects in 4 countries, namely Indonesia, Taiwan, Thailand, and Australia. The company has a notable customer brand for conglomerate groups in Indonesia, and it has done project of 60 megawatt peak in the past fiscal year. So let us know who the award goes to. And the winner is... And the winner is Sun Energy. Now, may I request Mr. Dion Jefferson, Chief Commercial Officer of the company, to kindly come on the screen and accept the award. Hello, Mr. Van. Dion, heartiest
Hello.
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are feeling very honored to receive these awards. Yeah, mainly because I think we are one of the unique solar developer in Indonesia that also have a portfolio outside Indonesia. Right, I think we have a double-digit megawatt in Indonesia in terms of operating assets, and the one that makes us unique is that we are also expanding outside Indonesia, like Australia, Taiwan, and Thailand, to also grow the portfolio in region level. So yeah, thank you so much for the awards, Rita.
Thank you, Mr. Dion, and heartiest congratulations to the entire team of Sun Energy. Before you go, I would just like to ask you a small question. So we see that the Indonesia solar market is still growing. A lot of development is happening in the market. According to you, what do you foresee in the Indonesia solar market, like say 5 years from now? What kind of development do you foresee?
Oh, sure, yeah. I think one of the main factors is with the new regulations that is very supporting renewable energy, especially rooftop solar. Yeah, I think we believe that demand will be coming more and more from not just commercial, industrial, but also residential sector as well. I think also the second point is in terms of the technology development. Yeah, I think the solar panels become more and more efficient, so we will require less space for more energy productions. So I think that will help also to accelerate the government plans to achieve the energy transitions coming forward. Yeah, I think the third one is also on the government project, especially on the IPP and the PLN tender, that is big in terms of the capacity. Yeah, I think we are confident that in the next 5 years, I think we can achieve the 23% of Indonesia target for the energy transitions. Thank you.
Great. I like that optimism a lot. You know, of course, it's a long way, but yes, we are getting there and the market is doing really good. Thanks to all the contributors like you and the team, fabulous team you have that is working towards achieving all the goals. Congratulations
so much.
once again, Mr. Dion. Heartiest congratulations. Thank you so much. All right, dear audience, our next category for Business Excellence Awards is well, it is Solar Company of the Year Developer International. The winning company is a broad energy company that produces and markets energies on a global scale. Oil and biofuels, natural gas and green gases, renewables and electricity. It is active in more than 130 countries. It puts sustainable development in all its dimensions at the heart of its projects and operations to contribute to the well-being of people. It is a proven fast-track multinational developer which has celebrated its successful 3 years presence in Indonesia. The projects developed by the company are 100% self-funded. The company in the past fiscal year has solar rooftop project of 25 megawatt peak. Well, I'm sure you can guess the company by now, and the award goes to Total Energies Renewable DG. Now, may I request Ms. Ratna Muntiawati, Sales Director of Total Energies, to kindly come on the screen. Could we have Ms. Ratna on the screen, please?
Hello.
Hello, Ms. Ratna.
Hi, Gita.
Heartiest congratulations.
How are you? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Gita, for the appreciation. We are really, really honored because, it's a multinational company and we are competing with so many developers in Indonesia. We are glad that we can contribute in Indonesia market, and we are more than happy, to work together more and bring the massive project in Indonesia. I just want to highlight that emphasis again that Total Energy is really committed to accelerating implementation of renewable energy, especially solar PV in Indonesia, because we are really keen to have the carbon footprint everywhere. In Total itself, we have the net zero target in 2050. So we are also want to bring what we are doing internally to you guys, Indonesian industrial and commercial partners. So to have also the reduction in the carbon footprint in your place. And we are committed to deploy $2 billion US dollar per year to bring a renewable project everywhere. I hope I can bring more for Indonesia. So hopefully with 300 gigawatt prospect like Ibu Andrea mentioned, and the support, really great support from pemerintah, Indonesian governments, we can see more solar rooftop or solar farm in Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ratna, and heartiest congratulations to the entire team of Total Energies for such an amazing work they have done. Ms. Ratna, driving a great sales team, since you are the sales director, and driving a great sales team would have been quite a tasking job during the entire COVID period. So how did you push the limits in these testing times, to complete your clientele requirements, getting the team, motivating them, and then just finishing the entire clientele requirements? How did you go about it?
How to? Okay, I'm blessed with the guy working for me is very supportive. So I think as long as we can work hand in hand together, I mean, yes, I was structured as a leader, but in Indonesia, I really, really believe three kind of the way of the leaders thing. So we give the example we are being the role model in front of them, but we also sit together with them, looking at the problem, and we also push them to be more confident, and that's what I believe, that it can bring the great team grow together and success together. So everywhere, not only in sales team, we need that philosophy in wherever we are working together with others, because no success alone. I mean, you can achieve everything alone. If you want to multiply your result, your output, you have to work together. That's, I think, it's a good success story. I mean,
couldn't agree with you anymore. That's a fabulous, that's a mark of a very true leader, I must say, complimenting your team and thanking them for all these great achievements. Heartiest congratulations, very, very well deserved win by the company.
Thank you, Gita.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving to our next category, and that is, can we have the category, please? Well, it's Solar Company of the Year structure. So let us know something about the winning company. The company is a leading supplier of the whole industry chain in PV mounting systems. It is a top brand of solar mounting system in Southeast Asia, with 6 gigawatt annual production of aluminium rackings and 10 gigawatt of steel rackings. It has more than 800 employees and 80 design engineers work consistently, making sure that the products and services offer fastest and best design to their clients in Indonesia. The company also stands out for the most famous and best quality products in the market for its unique high-performance aluminum alloy. The company self-manufactures all the products. Wow, now that is an amazing company, and now I understand why they are winning this award. So let us see who the winner is. And the winner is Anti-Solar. Now, may I request Mr. Jerry, the regional sales head of the company, Southeast Asia region head, to kindly come on the screen, please. Mr. Jerry?
Yes, Ms. Taka, thank you very much. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jerry live on Anti-Solar. It's my pleasure and honor to represent Anti-Solar to receive this award, and we would like to express our sincere thanks to all of you for this moment, as Anti-Solar been awarded as Solar Company of the Year for Structure. Anti-Solar has more than 15 years brand history, already achieved #1 market share on solar distribution in Australia, Vietnam, and Chile. Also #1 market share in Japan. Anti-Solar has 19.3 gigawatt installed capacity and more than 2 gigawatt in Southeast Asian market so far. Also, Anti-Solar have very good eyes and experience in Indonesia solar markets. We have shipped more than 40 megawatt to Indonesia just in 2021. Thanks for cooperation and trust to all our partners and friends. In 2022, Anti-Solar was sure to offer technical support in bidding and stage and after sales service as always. We work together to be the backbone of Indonesia solar world. And I will be in Jakarta since March. Looking forward to meet you all there. This is Jerry Lai. Once again, thank you so much all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry, and heartiest congratulations to you and the entire team of Anti-Solar for such a great achievement and doing so great in the sector. Mr. Jerry, now, kindly just tell us professionally which was the most challenging task or the difficult task you have ever come across, in the solar industry field in Indonesia.
Thank you, Ms. Taka. Actually, for solar structure in Indonesian markets, the most top point is the quality and the service to the clients. For quality, we Anti-Solar using the higher grade of the aluminum structure, so it represents our qualities the top class. Also, for the services from the bidding stage, that we cooperate with developer and the end user, and after. For the procurement stage, we cooperate with the contractor and installer. We have full process of instructions and guideline books to teach them how to using solar structures and how to choose the best option. And also the after sales, we have our full guarantee of the warranty, also the instructions, and we have a lot of service after sales. So it represents that Anti-Solar has a very big market share in Indonesian markets. So that what means it's our top priority, and it's a proud thing to be working with Anti-Solar to serve our Indonesian clients. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very, very well put and understood by us and your industry peers too. Mr. Jerry, just on the lighter note now, so I'm from India. So if I were to visit Indonesia, since it's a very beautiful country, what are the 3 locations that you would suggest me to go and visit?
You mean investor, right?
Yeah, I come on a vacation and I want to see beautiful places. So according to you, which are the 3 places that I should definitely go and visit?
Okay, actually for the regulations and the restrictions, a lot of speakers that have been talking about these 2 days. So I'm speaking some small points from the structures. The one is that for anti-corruption. It's because the Indonesia is always located near the coastal area, have a sea wind, and so you need better anti-corruption for your solar structures to support more than 30 years of your projects. And the second one is the regulations on the clearance and thing. So you need a lot of guys that experience to do all the process because you have a lot of logistic problem and clearance. And the third one is the guarantee for and warranty problem, because you need always to working with a top brand, like a top brand for modules and motors. They always have the like more than 10 years or 30 years of warranty. Then make sure your project is very good quality, and you could always know who to looking for when you have a problem on site, like the commissioning and operation and maintenance, things like that. This is 3 servers that I mentioned about the solar structures that for all the international investors who will try to enter Indonesian markets. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. But my question actually was, if I were to visit Indonesia, so which place should I go and see? Your personal favorite?
Oh, my personal favorite.
Yes.
Thank you. I think it's Bali Island. It's the most beautiful sea I've ever seen. It's very
Okay.
beautiful sea. It's deep blue, very good, and very good waves. You can check it. It's open to go there right now. It's very good. Hope you can visit there sometime. Thank
Now
you.
that
Thank
you
you
have
very much.
recommended, I would definitely go ahead and make a vacation plan. I will do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and heartiest congratulations once again to the entire team.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us move to our next set of awards, which are Solar Project Excellence Awards. And well, it's Best Solar Project of the Year Institutional. As I always do, let me drop a few hints about the winning project. The company is a leading solar project developer in Indonesia, and the winning project by this company is a on-grid, ground-mounted solar project of 1 megawatt peak for ITERA. This is the biggest solar system in university institutions in Indonesia, acknowledged and inaugurated by Minister of Education, Republic of Indonesia. The electricity generated by this project is also exported to the national grid. Now it's time to know the winner. So let us see who the award goes to. None other than Sun Energy. Now, may I request Mr. Zion Jefferson, Chief Commercial Officer, to kindly come back on the screen.
Hello, Gita. Yeah, thank you so much for the,
Good to
for the
have you
second
back.
awards. Yeah, yeah. I think a few words that I can mention about this project is that it's kind of unique as well. Yeah, I think we won because we're kind of unique for this project, because it is not also just a normal rooftop or ground-mounted project, but it is also built for a laboratorium purpose, right? Because we know that we need to extend our value chain to also create good talents for this business in the future. So we started to approach educational institutions to actually join our cause in renewable energy, right? So I think for ITERA in Lampung, I think they are the first university that built this solar energy laboratorium. Yeah, the first one and then the biggest one so far. So I think this is what we are proud of. Yeah, and then hopefully the other university and the other players can also contribute into this kind of educational institutions sector. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jefferson. Now, before you go, just on a little personal note, nothing professional about it. If you were given one superpower to make a change in the world, what would that be? Some deep thinking there, but just on a general note.
I think I want to be solar installation with no roof. So basically everything is solar, right? From the window, from the land, from the bench, from the trash bin, everything is powered by clean energy, right? Doesn't have to be solar, but I'm thinking about maybe solar everywhere or clean energy everywhere. Yeah. So if I have the power, I will avoid all the rules that restrict solar energy from becoming big. Yeah. So no rules, just install.
I like that. That's again a very, very positive attitude. And I wish you have that superpower very soon.
Thank you so much.
Anyways, thank you so much for chatting with us and letting us know about the superpower that you wish for. And heartiest congratulations to the entire
so
team
much.
for this great win. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now moving on to our next category, and that is, let's have the category. And the category is Solar Project Excellence Awards, the best solar project of the year, industrial. Our winning company focuses on rooftop and ground mount solar PV power for industrial and commercial customers. It has done 25 megawatt peak of projects in Indonesia. Rooftop solar project in Selalu Sinta, Indonesia is a 5 megawatt peak capacity project and is the biggest in Central Java, which has been installed in 2021. The installation design follows the roof shape of dome with safety equipment in place. The company has installed Envision solar monitoring system integrated with the weather station for maximum efficiency. Now that's an amazing project. So time to reveal our winner, and that is... And that is none other than Total Energies Renewable DG. Now may I request Ms. Ratna to kindly come back on the screen.
Hi, Gita. Thanks again. Thanks again. Okay.
Congratulations.
What to say? Yeah. About this project, that's actually I like it a lot. Personally, I like this project a lot because it looks very beautiful. If you see the drone picture from the top, the building itself is already beautiful with the dome shape everywhere, all buildings, and we put the solar panel on it. And it's a bit. My project, my engineer at the beginning is questioning me. Wow, it's a bit challenging, yeah. And it's, how to ensure firstly the safety, people walking on that kind of the roof, which is it's a bit different though, and how to ensure also the mounting, the structure, the installation was perfectly done. So, but we did it. So thanks to my team, actually, to the project team that we make it happen, to the engineering team, and make this beautiful thing happens for this.
Well, I'm sure the project must be really very beautiful. You know, I was just reading the script and I was just imagining, you know, how beautiful the project must be looking. What a creative thinking and design by the team, I must say. Great work.
And this company actually working for Nike. So that's very proud of us also to bring such kind of the beautiful project to Nike.
Indeed, a very proud moment there. Heartiest congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Ms. Ratna, again, nothing professional, just a small personal question. These past 2 years, so we were working from home and, you know, we had some time to fulfill our passions, our hobbies, try something new. So have you picked up any new hobby or have you fulfilled any of your passion which you did not have time earlier?
I did many things. I did try many things, to be honest. I did many things.
So the best one. Which is
but
the best
everything
one?
is mixed up. So everything is mixed up. So, but yeah, I think this new year, 2022, I tried to be healthy because after 2-3 years with the COVID life, we have to live with it. So, and you know, because of COVID, I don't know you, but I got pounds. So I got weight. So, so of course, the goal of this year is to be healthy. Maybe if I can get the loss of weight is a bonus. So try to make it exercise as a new hobby.
Oh, so that's your new resolution now.
Yes.
It's the New Year resolution. So whatever you tried in COVID and has made you put on, and now in the New Year resolution, we all want to get fitter and healthier.
Yeah.
That's the way to go, and I wish you achieve that very, very soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Heartiest congratulations once again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Okay, dear audience, now coming to our next set of awards, and that is Team Excellence Awards. And the category is that is Best Marketing Team of the Year. So come on, let's know something about the great and fabulous team. The company is #1 solar developer in Indonesia with a growing regional project portfolio. They are the only local solar developers who run the marketing campaign. The team is also well equipped with digital marketing skills. They believe in the motto to be the long-term partner in sustainability for their customers. The 6-member team has won many awards and recognition for their great work, such as Digital Marketing Champion, Corporate Sustainable Team Initiative, and Marketing Award for Energy Literation. Now that's what I call a very dedicated, hardworking, smart marketing team. So let us know who the winner is, and the award goes to well, we have Sun Energy. What an amazing company, I must say. Very, very hardworking team indeed out there. Now, can we have Mr. Dion Jefferson back on the screen?
Hello, thank you so much, Gita. This is the third time, third awards. Thank you so much. So I think I need to say thanks a lot to my team as well, since I'm not a guy with a marketing experience, right? So a lot of works are coming from them. So they give all the ideas, they give and propose all the channels, online, offline, to win all the campaigns, champions by the media, and then they also give a lot of new initiative and new innovative idea to accelerate solar energy development in Indonesia, right? So they also do a lot of collaborations with university, with associations, to actually provide educations. And then training programs also to a lot of publics in Indonesia, from schools, from factories, and so on and so forth. So I think I need to say thanks a lot to the team that's helping me, and then Sun Energy to get this award for this year. Thank you so much.
Wow, I must say 3 awards in a row, and such an amazing and dedicated team you have out there, truly deserving. So after winning these 3 awards, where is the party tonight? How are you going to celebrate this great achievement with your team?
I think we'll do like online discussion first, because Omicron is hitting. So I think some online discussions and appreciations before we are planning for a more offline event. Maybe not in this moment. I think we need to wait a bit to have the online party or offline party. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now the team is going to listen to this, and they're definitely going to wait for that party to come their way. I hope so they get that soon. Congratulations, heartiest congratulations to the entire team and the company. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, dear audience, there is a very famous quote that says the true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the need of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of his actions and integrity of his intent. And so is our winner today. So announcing the last awards of the evening for Individual Leadership Awards, and the category is the category is Rising Star of the Year. let us know something about our great winner. She is an enterprising leader with more than 20 years of experience in the energy sector. She is a multitasker and great at cross-functional jobs. Her focus has always been on gaining customer satisfaction. An expert in operations, cost efficiency, and risk management, our winner is a result-oriented team leader and definitely a great inspiration for many in the organization as well as the industry. So I proudly announce our winner. So award goes to Miss Ratna Muntiowati, Sales Director, Total Energies Renewable. Miss Ratna, heartiest congratulations. Now, this one entirely goes to you for your hard work.
Okay, what to say? Thank you very much, Grita and Solar Quarter. Thank you. I thank you very much for all people working for me. Oh, how to say? I'm landing in this. Okay, solar energy is new. It's part of Total, but it's kind of the new business developing in Indonesia in 2018. So I'm landing in the jungle at the beginning, actually, but it's a really great support inside the Total Energy. So they support me, so I can learn, and they equip me with the resources, with the great team, which is working in Indonesia, my project team, my colleague, my sales team, and finance and the thing. And they also help me support from the regional team as well. And it's amazing thing, to be honest. So without them, I could not be here. So yeah, that's thanks to them for all, and thanks to the client, which also give me trust. So working together with Total, so that's amazing. Yeah, actually, these 3 years I'm really enjoying working in renewables.
Well, I must say that's a true mark of a leader. You're dedicating all your hard work to your team and your subordinates. Heartiest congratulations, Ms. Ratna. My question, the same question which I asked Mr. Jefferson, now 3 awards in a row. So where is the party?
I do. I think my team already chatting me, I think.
Okay.
Now we have a group and we talk each other. No worries. So guys,
right.
Wait.
The planning has already started, okay? That's what it is. Okay, so I hope you party hard. As you work so hard, you party harder because you all deserve it. You're such a great mentors, leaders, and winners of today. Heartiest congratulations to you and the entire team of Total Energies there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only the winners today, but all of you who have been such an integral part of this industry deserve a very big round of applause. So go ahead and clap loudly for yourselves and your industry peers and the winners of today. Heartiest congratulations to all the winners and industry leaders. A big thank you to our guest of honor, Miss Andrea, for gracing our ceremony today. Each and every audience member, thank you so much for being a part of our event. So keep tuned in for our upcoming events again and hope to see you all soon. Till then, stay safe and stay happy. Thank you so much.